Hello, and it's time again for another war review. It's been a while because, as many people know, myself and Wuxie have been on holiday for 10 days, so there's been no war reviews for the last 2 weeks. We're going to have a quick look at the war log and our wars won now. Our wars won, we've won 132 wars, we have 15 defeats. As many will know, 7 of those defeats were in our first 11 wars, so our war record recently is absolutely fantastic. If we have a look at our war log, we can see the defeat against 49er War Clan is the only recent one. In fact, it's actually the only defeat in 46 wars. So we've lost once in the last 46 wars. We've won the last 10. As you can see, the last war was against Polish Power. We won 91-89, and it was an absolutely epic war. It was a war that we were clearly outmatched in the end we won. We really didn't expect to win at the end. They were well in front. They had lots of attacks spare, but they didn't do the business. As you can see, before the loss against 49er War Clan, we faced Polish Power before. We beat them 90-75 that time. I think they had quite a few heroes down that time though, so that made a big difference. This time, I think they only had one guy that didn't have heroes upgrading. Sorry, they only had one guy that did have heroes upgrading. All the others had both heroes. So if we have a look at the stats, let's have a look. And here we go. War stats. 91-89 victory. 13 3-stars. They got 9 3-stars. 25 2-stars for us, and they got 31 2-stars. So we failed to 2-star 2 of the Town Hall 10s. But that's nothing bad for us because they did have 20 maxed bases. We had 7 maxed bases, I think, compared to their 20. So it was a really tough task on the Town Hall 10s. Town Hall 9s was the other way round. We outmatched them Town Hall 9 wise. They had 3 more Town Hall 10s than us though as well. We outmatched them on Town Hall 9. They way outmatched us on Town Hall 10s. Hero levels were roughly the same on Town Hall 10s. We had better heroes on Town Hall 9s. So, depends what way you want to look at it. The way I look at it, I think that was a mismatch in their favour, having 3 extra Town Hall 10s and 20 maxed bases. I mean, that makes a huge difference. The Town Hall 9s, they had Town Hall 9s with the tools to 3-star. They chose not to 3-star. Most of them chose just to do go wipe. You're not going to 3-star Town Hall 9s doing go wipe, so, you know, that's up to them. But the Town Hall 9s, their Town Hall 9s were really, really good, and they were really, really strong. What they actually did is they attacked so well at Town Hall 10 that once they cleaned all our Town Hall 10s up for 2-stars, and they actually 3-starred one of them, they had 15 left over Town Hall 10 attacks, and they'd already 3-starred 4 of our Town Hall 10s. So we were pretty much screwed. We thought, well, we're going to lose this, and you know, we'd 3-starred all the Town Hall 9s apart from one. In the end, we did all of them, but we'd 3-starred all the Town Hall 9s bar one with Town Hall 9 attacks. And we were still looking at losing. That's how bad this was. I mean, they had 15 spare Town Hall 10 attacks, and I think we were looking at it and we needed them to fail something like 8 of those 15, or 9 of those 15, no, 8 I think. We needed them to fail 8 of those 15 Town Hall 10 attacks on Town Hall 9s for us to have any chance of winning. And I think in the end they actually failed more. And a lot of those Town Hall 10s had level 25, level 30 heroes. And I mean, it was ridiculous that how it happened, and they just could not 3-star our Town Hall 9s. They did 9 in the end, but they just didn't do enough. So it was a magnificent job by our guys to 3-star all those Town Hall 9s, because without that we'd have been screwed. So as you can see with the end of the war, Wuxia with the final 2-stars, Wesley with the 3-stars on the Town Hall 9, that attack was done by Ray, and Dossier with 2 massive stars on number 3. And those are the stars that actually got the win in the end. We really weren't expecting to win the position we were in, but we pulled it out of the bag and we won 91-89. So, Let's go and watch some replays then. And here we go. We'll start with Broomster's raid on number 2. Just wanted to get all that out of the way in the beginning, telling you how the war unfolded and what happened. So, so I can talk about the raids a little bit, because very often I talk about random stuff over the top of the raids, but I want to talk about the raids a little bit. So, I think I'm going to show 13 raids. This is the first one. I've tried to pick the ones with good percentage, and then the Town Hall 9s I've tried to pick the best raids. So here's Broom. He's doing three jumps, 6 golems I think, or 5 golems, I think 6. Dragon in the clan castle on this one. And he takes it out really, really nicely. Broom's got very nice heroes these days, and he's using them to good effect. And here we go, he got 50% there, 52%, 53%, and he's got minions for the outside and that archer, so a really nice raid by Broom. So that was a 3 jump 6 golem raid. Some people do that, some people do 4 golems, some people do 5 golems. I've seen people do 4 jumps, 3 jumps, 2 jumps. We vary it quite a little bit. But this is the version Broom's doing at the moment, and it's working very well for him. So that's a really nice raid from Broom. So now we're going to see the raid by Dossier on number 3. Now this was one of the, well, all of the wins won the war, but this is one of the ones at the end against a base we'd struggled with. And Dossier comes in with his level 25 heroes, and he absolutely wrecks it. I'd actually planned to attack this one, but I ended up attacking number 9 instead, which was a slightly different layout. Didn't quite suit my army, but I did an absolutely dreadful attack, to be honest, on it. But this was an absolutely excellent raid from Dossier. I think his king wandered a little bit on this one. Still did a great job. Starting to see this base more and more often now. It was a bit of a pain in the ass, but luckily this war they had, I think they had 9 versions of this base, so we got plenty of practice on it. So hopefully now we're experts. So there's Dossier with his level 25 heroes getting 73% on that base. And that was an absolutely excellent raid, and one of the ones at the end that won it for us. Now then, Easy Rocking on a similar base. So this is another base we're seeing very often these days. It can be very, very difficult if you don't attack it right. You have to attack it very well. And Easy Rocking attacks it, luckily, very well. This time different to Dossier's raid. This time he's using witches. So it's like a mass witch type raid. Now the thing with this raid is, if you're not careful, and if mortars hit your witches, or any sort of splash damage, or bombs or anything hit your witches, then it's game over. When I did my attack, my witches got hit by splash damage, and I ended up with 24% on the same base. Or it was a similar base, but yeah, I did the same attack, tried the same army, and I ended up with 24%. So as you can see, it's a very good strategy, but if you get it wrong, you're in trouble. And Easy did an absolutely brilliant raid there. And that was an earlier raid. Sabe on number 5, he got 2 stars on the same base, doing the same strategy. So I'm not going to show that, sorry Sabe, but I don't want to show the same raid on the same base. So number 6, we'll watch Wuxia now on this base. Here she lures the hound first. So she gets the hound out of the clan castle, so she doesn't hit it. She doesn't want to hit it late, because if you hit the hound late, then your queen is going to be distracted near the town hall, near all those core defences. As you can see now, the queen and wizards are dealing with that hound all the way out there. So there's no defences hitting the queen or wizards. If she'd have left that hound, and now it'd be happening now with the queen near the core, then being hit by lots of defences, that hound can cause a lot of problems, and then she probably wouldn't have got 50%. But as you can see, she deals with it early, and does very, very well. But I would recommend, if you can, if there's a hound in clan castle, or any clan castle for that fact, if you can, deal with it early. So either attack the side of the clan castle or lure the clan castle out to the edge of where you're going to attack from. So that was a great raid by Wooks. That was actually the final raid of the war for us. And then an attack on number 7. This was an early attack. This was by Major Guernsey. And this ends up with 91%. So this base, we've seen this a few times now. And we have attacked it this same way a few times now. Always seems to get good results. This base, we actually had someone, Wesley, who's got level 20 heroes, attacked a fully maxed version of this base in a war, probably 4 or 5 wars ago. And he got something like 70% on it. So this was doing the same strategy as this. So as you can see, this strategy really, really works on this base. Very good. So yeah, generally if you can get away without using wall breakers, and he used 2 jumps there to get all his troops in the base, it's worth doing, I think. Very unlucky actually not to get 3 stars here. He got 91%. So great raid. 91% for Major Guernsey. So that was on number 7. What have we got next? We're going to watch 3 more. We've got the raid on number 13 by Matt. This was also a later raid. This was one of the raids at the end. Failed on this base a couple of times, I think. Or maybe actually we only failed on it once. I think actually HBK failed on it the first time using my plan. And then we revised that. Wooks drew a plan up for Matt, which was obviously better than my plan. And that worked. Getting all his golems in that area away from the town hall. And then what happens then is there's that big section where you can get percentage down that side, and then Matt's queen moves in, and then when all that side is taken out, the queen has absolutely nowhere to go other than the town hall. So that way it gets percentage. The other way we went was sending the heroes in near that north wizard tower, having a jump there. Problem was the heroes and stuff got stuck. So that meant percentage. They couldn't get percentage because there isn't enough percentage up there. The way Matt did it here was to 74%, and to just send stuff more down that open side where he could get percentage, and then the queen funneled the queen into town hall, and it was a really good raid. So that's Matt's raid on number 13, and we're going to go down to number 20 now. And this will be the last of our Town Hall 10 attacks. We actually have a Town Hall 9 attacking a Town Hall 10, but that'll be after this one. So easy. This was my plan, I think, on this one. This similar base to the last one, but the plan actually worked this time rather than my plan on 13 that didn't work. This very good raised by Easy. Followed a plan and followed it perfectly. And as you can see, this is their number 20, and I mean, apart from walls, you look at defences, and to me that looks absolutely maxed. Well, air defence, it didn't have max air defence, but I mean, we're not attacking it with air, so that really doesn't count for much. And that was a great raid by Easy. He's got low level heroes, so for someone with level 22 king and level 24 queen, thought that was a very, very good raid on a tricky base sometimes. I mean, it's a base that tricks you into trying to go for the town hall side. But yeah, if you attack it along the side and just send enough troops in for town hall and then get the rest going down the side for percentage, seems to work pretty well on that base. So that was a nice raid by Easy Sniper. And now onto the Town Hall 9 raids. So, the first one, Eod, on a Town Hall 10, this base. Which, as I said, was a base we didn't like. We didn't want to attack it, so we saved them till late. And then we sort of learnt how to attack it. So now, all good. We know how to attack these bases, which is pretty happy. Makes us pretty happy because it was sort of the only base that we didn't like before this war. But as you can see, actually gets taken out by a town on 9 here. I don't think this base really works unless you've got max defences, because the idea is there's so much heavy defences in that core that things struggle. This was a sort of a town on 9 with infernos and with max infernos and a few upgraded splash damage and archer towers. It's a great raid by Eelt though, a town or 9 on a town or 10 base that we really didn't like. 5 golems, 5 witches, 9 wizards. So really good raid. Could probably try that as a town or 10 as well, on a higher version of that base. So what have we got next? Number 29, and that is J-Dub on Ziggar. Ziggar, their guy, he actually 3-starred twice against us. He was one of their 2 town or 9s that managed to get 3 stars. So he's going to do a Go Lava, but I see, the idea of this was just, he only sent in, he's got 4 hounds, so the idea was just to get 1 of those air defense rather than the 2. So that looks a pretty good raid. Sends in 2 hounds on one, 2 hounds on the other. And then he's got 3 that survive going to the last air defense. And they'd pop just at the right time actually, and that was absolutely perfect. Still got those loons left there. That 1 loon distracting that wizard tower just right. And then, yep, everything spreads nicely, does its job. It was a really, really good raid. I don't think it was close on time or anything for this raid. I think he did everything perfectly, to be honest. It's a great attack by J-Dub. So who we got next? We've got number 30, and we've got Ray. Ray, who's normally a Goho user, and we're going to watch him here using, I don't know what he's using. Go Valoon, I don't know. He's using, what's he got? 1 golem. Interesting. 1 golem, lots of Valks, and 14 balloons. Actually, I remember watching this attack when it happened, when he did the attack. I didn't actually realise he only had 1 golem. I thought he had 2 or 3 golems actually, but obviously not. I'm not sure we've ever done this attack before. This is a new thing. I know Ray's used Valks before in some attacks, but I don't think he's done this particular attack. And it worked really well. I mean, he had the 13 balloons to take out the back end defences, and then he used the Valks and heroes to take out the core. Yeah, so really, really good. I think this guy actually had all his air defences in the core. So this seems to be a pretty good strategy to use. If you see a base that has all the air defences in the core that you can access easily with Valks, then looks a pretty good strategy. So that's Ray's on number 30. Number 32 is Tin Man 3. So Tin Man got a few 3 stars this war. I've looked through all the raids and I liked this one, so I'm going to show this one because I think this one's probably one of his best. Gets his 3 golems down, gets his wizards down nicely, clears that outside really quickly. All 3 golems into that compartment. Queen nicely there, holds back the king for a little bit, then gets him in. Queen takes down the dragon, takes down the loon. Heal in a great place. And then he's got his king, all the golems in the core, queen just outside the core taking out defences. And then he sends in his hogs around the outside, and basically they pick off all the buildings left. So really, really nice raid by Tin Man. That went very, very well. Again, this is a strategy that is not easy to do. It gets us quite a lot of 3 stars along with Go Laloon, but it's not an easy strategy. You have to make sure that those golems get in the middle and are tanking crossbows and stuff like that, because usually you only have 1 or no heals for the hogs, so If those hogs are being targeted, then you're in trouble. Well, that was a great raid on number 32. So number 36 now. We're going to watch 2 more raids. And we're going to watch Butter. He's doing a... What's he doing? A Gola Loon. So let's watch this one. I think the clan's pretty split at the moment between Gola Loon raids and Goho. Maybe slightly more actually do Gola Loon than do Goho at the moment. I think success rate is around about the same for both. Some fail, some don't. I don't know what the percentage is to how often our raids are 3 stars. It does depend on enemy base. As you can see, this is their number 36. Walls are a bit strange. He has some purple ones and then he has some lavas. But it's an air raid. Walls don't really do much in this case. His defences are all maxed for Town Hall 9, so as were all of them apart from, I think there was only one of their guys didn't have maxed Town Hall 9 defences. It was more their offence that was lacking when it came to Town Hall 9s. Their base design wasn't bad. It wasn't amazing, but it wasn't that bad. But yeah, attacking wise, they didn't have many Town Hall 10s who could 3-star. Most of their attacks were just straight up go wipe. And then when their Town Hall 10s attacked our Town Hall 9s, they had 15 Town Hall 10 attacks. Most of them were just go wipe. So we defended most of those. Well, they did get 9 3-stars in the end. We got 13, so. And George on 37 will be the last one. So actually it was a very good war. 2 very good clans. I mean, we performed very, very well. We outperformed them quite largely at Town Hall 9. But they had the advantage at Town Hall 10. And they used that advantage well. They 2-starred all our Town Hall 10s and 3-starred one of them. And they had, like I said before, 15 spare attacks. And they just couldn't attack Town Hall 9s that well. I mean, they 3-starred 9 in the end, so they didn't do bad. It was just we did better. I think it was an absolutely brilliant performance from us, to be honest. Any other clan, any other war, unless it was a really, really huge mismatch, we would have won this war by a lot. But this clan were really good, and I think they did really, really well. I really do. So, all respect to them for that. But I really do think if they can improve their Town Hall 9s, these guys will be a force, to be honest. So there was George's raid. As you can see, he used a go wee wee with some back-end loons. And he did very well. Really, really nice attack from George. He actually got 6 stars this one. So that's it. 23 minutes of the video gone. And that's the victory, 91-89. I'd say thank you to everyone for really putting in the effort with this war, because it was a very, very tough war. We had people drawing up plans, sharing plans with each other, telling people, giving people advice, and everybody really, really did do well. At the end, we had a few too many attacks left over that we had to rush, but we got the job done. Everyone communicated well, everybody performed well. So thank you for that. It was an absolutely great win. Now all we've got to do is announce war heroes. So, Easy Rockin' definitely one war hero, because he figured the strategy on number 4, and he 2-starred number 1 as well. So he's one of the Town Hall 10 war heroes. And I would actually say the other one, without looking through them too much, I'm going to say Dossier on number 17 and number 3. Another 2 bases that we were really, really worried about. And Dossier 2-starred both of them. So Dossier and Easy Rockin' are the war heroes for Town Hall 10. And let's have a look at Town Hall 9. Where are we? So Town Hall 9 war heroes. What we're going to do with this one? It's tough. There's so many. There's Butter, Tin, George. I'm going to give George. We'll give George one of the war heroes, because he has been struggling a little bit lately, and he got 2 3-stars, so he got 6 stars that war. So George, he's going to get one of the war heroes. And then who's going to get the other one? I mean, Tin Man got 2 3-stars. I think he wins war hero enough, to be honest. Ray got 6 stars. on 31 and 30. He had got that 3-star on that Town Hall 10 as well, so he got most heroic attack. Ugh. Butter on 39 and 36. I'm going to say Ray. I'll give it Ray because he 3-starred 30 and 31 and did that really nice Valk attack. So yeah, Ray and George are War Heroes for Town Hall 9, and Town Hall 10 is Easy Rocking and Dossier. So there we have it, 25 minutes gone, that's the war review over. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll be back soon with another war win. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed some of these raids, because some of these raids were on really, really good bases, tricky bases, and I hope you guys can take something from that. So yeah, if you want to visit our website, you can go to www.kingjeffreyclan.wordpress.com and check us out. If you want to join, then try us. Put your war strategy in your request. And one last thing, 21st of September till the 5th of October, I think, is our annual, or not annual, but it's our 2-year clan anniversary clan trophy push. So we're looking forward to that soon. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.